Hi, everybody. My name is Pete. You might also know me as Mr. Fourth Place or Quarterdeck Arcade online. I'm kind of new to YouTube and I'm figuring things out as I go, always learning something new along the way, so please be gentle. I've been primarily an 80s arcade game enthusiast, and that's where my love and nostalgia lies. I remember my first encounters with arcade games were Pong and Space Invaders. Those were in a General Cinema movie theater lobby that I frequented as an early teenager, and my love for those games continues to this day. As we got into the 80s of arcade gaming, I saw all the classics: Pac-Man, Galaxian, Galaga, Gorf, Dig Dug, Robotron, all of them. Like many of you, I spent hours upon hours in neighborhood and commercial arcades just marveling at the technology, dropping quarters and doing what it took to learn each and every one of them. My favorite games: Gorf, Galaga, and Robotron. Hands down. I got started with building my own home arcade in 2021 as COVID was just starting to wind down. I had seen arcade one-ups before in Walmarts, but had always dismissed them as being cheap knockoffs without ever giving them a chance. Then in 2021, I saw the Pac-Man Bandai Namco Legacy cabinet with riser and lit marquee, and I fell in love with it. Within a month of picking that up, I picked up the Atari Legacy with the Tempest skin. Then I got the blue-skinned Miss Pac-Man, and those three began the Quarterdeck Arcade. My home arcade has grown by leaps and bounds, especially during the holiday season of 2022 when we saw so many great deals by so many different vendors. It was during this time that I began to explore the world of AtGames, and I now have a Legends Ultimate, a Legends Ultimate Mini, and a Legends Pinball in my collection. As I said, my home arcade has evolved. It started in 2021 in a spare bedroom, but within a year I knew I needed to grow it into another space. I have an unfinished basement with a quarter of it that was a fitness room with rubber flooring already. Since I had recently decided to join a gym, though, the fitness room became redundant, and I decided to convert that space into my home arcade. I expanded the floor a little bit larger and surrounded the space with partitions to give it a bit of a cozy arcade-like feel. There have been a few changes since the Quarterdeck Arcade moved downstairs. I've bought and sold several cabinets to keep up with new versions, and my most recent acquisition was the Pac-Man XL, and I absolutely love that cabinet. My only gripe is I wish it had the option of switching between a 4 and 8-way gate. Controlling the classic Pac-Man with an 8-way gate is just sometimes very frustrating. I get used to it over time, but I would really like the option of switching between a 4-way and an 8-way. As you can see by watching this, I've also added a streaming and video station to the arcade so I can kind of play with creating YouTube content. I don't consider myself a YouTube content creator. I'm just doing this for fun, just trying to make whatever video I can and share it. Maybe I produce something that might help somebody down the line. I'm still learning, but part of who I am really as a person is I love to tinker with new technology and new software. I've been in IT for over 40 years, so I've seen changes, and I love experimenting with changes. I like to see what makes things work, and I like to make up my own. So we'll have fun with it. If it isn't fun anymore, I'll probably just set all this aside and just play all the games I have behind me. Just a little bit about me personally. I grew up in Indianapolis, Indiana, left there at the young age of 19 to join the Navy. I spent 8 years in the Navy, 6.5 of it active duty and a year and a half inactive, active reserve. I loved my time in the Navy. Serving on board a Navy aircraft carrier and spending a great deal of time at sea are just experiences I will cherish for the rest of my life. After the Navy, I settled down in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and now call the small town of Hartford, Wisconsin, my home. In the Navy, you learn real quick that home is basically where you hang your hat, and that's a lesson I've taken to heart. I do have a goal of retiring to Florida at some point, but I don't really relish the idea of packing all this up behind me. I do want it to come with me, though. I know that. So that's basically a bit about me. Now let's cut to a tour of my arcade and give you a status report of what's in it. And let's go take a look. Hi, welcome to the Quarterdeck Arcade. This is the view that you have when you first walk down my basement stairs. It's directly outside of the door. And as you can see, I've got partitions dividing the room in the back there. First up, we have the Defender Partycade, one of my favorites, specifically because it has Gorf on it. I love that game. That's one of the games I'm most nostalgic for. And then down here we have the Miss Pac-Man Partycade, which I've modded and put a Raspberry Pi in. That was my first ever mod. Then over here we've got the Legends Ultimate, and I'm running coin ops on it. I love this. Very versatile. I'm able to do a lot of things with it. Over here, there's one of the cabinets I bought on sale during the holiday 2022 sale, Ridge Racer. I do have the Buy Stuff mod in it. I have a Buy Stuff riser, 4-inch riser on it, and I've also put the pedal covers on it. A fun game as well. Over here, I have the Golden Tee 3D Golf XL cabinet. That cabinet I picked up on the Best Buy $315 sale. And I have replaced the monitor in it. So, you know, as you all know, some of the XLs out there require a monitor replacement. Do have a TV that I can watch video or YouTube videos on if I need to. Over here, I have the Tron cabinet. This is a modded cabinet. You can see the artwork on the kick panel there. And I also have a Tulsa Arcade's LED riser panel on there. This is one of my favorite games as well. I love the artwork on the Tron cabinet. I do have the S-Panel mod there with a video player. And right now I just have the MCP video playing on it. Beautiful cabinet. I absolutely love it and have a lot of nostalgia for it. So I do have the Pong head-to-head with the stools. I bought the stools separately off Amazon, but this is another sale cabinet I got during the holiday. And then over here I have the Atari Legacy. This was the second ever cabinet that I bought. I've modded it. I've got Joe Sabo's marquee on it. And I have some Atari artwork here. And I also have Catherine Mary Stewart, who, as you know, played Tempest in the movie Night of the Comet. She autographed a picture for me, so I have it hanging over there. I have had to replace the control panel due to the encoder failure on it. Then I have the Dig Dug. I bought that on sale from Walmart. I have a lot of love for Dig Dug. I actually used to be able to score pretty heavy on it. Then I have the Joust cabinet. I love the artwork on this cabinet. I also have Tulsa Arcade's LED riser panel on it. And I haven't done the monitor replacement on that. Here's the Pac-Man XL, the newest member of the Quarterdeck Arcade. It's a beautiful cabinet. I absolutely love it. I just would love to put a 4-way gate switcher on the joystick. But they knocked it out of the park with this cabinet, I think. The artwork is superb. I do have a damaged panel that I'm working with Arcade 1-Up on getting replaced, but it's still beautiful. Then I have Star Wars, the original Star Wars cabinet. I love this cabinet. It holds a great deal of nostalgia, and I also have the Star Wars pinball. That's modded as well. A lot of you are familiar with that mod. Then I have the Legends pinball. I've done a couple of mods to this. I've reskinned it, the artwork on it. I've put the control panel on it, which is a must-have for these, I believe. And there's a look at the artwork, Metallica artwork that I got from Buy Stuff Arcades. I also have some back box panels from Buy Stuff that have the Metallica artwork on it. There I have the Marvel Countercade. That's modded as well. And then here's a Collectorcade that I picked up on sale at Kohl's recently. Then another recent addition, T2, and I'm going to be doing a lot of mods to this. I'm going to be getting I already have the Retro Shooter kit, as you can see there, and then I'm going to be doing, I've made a purchase through Buy Stuff stores for the 19-inch monitor kit, and to integrate a new control panel and the Retro Shooter into that cabinet. It's a beautiful cabinet. I love it. I have NFL Blitz here. I love that game. It's kind of grown on me. Didn't think I would, but I have. I'm no good at it, but I have it. Another look at Pong. And then lastly, I have the Simpsons cabinet, and that's also modded. I've modded it. So that's pretty much it. I do have a carpet there, a small carpet, which I think I'm going to get a bigger one eventually. But it kind of adds to the ambience of the arcade. And I do have some artwork, and I do have a sign. And you'll see me pan up here. You'll see the LED sign I have. It advertises the Quarterdeck Arcade. I can change this to any color I want, pretty much. Bought that off Etsy, I believe. And then, just some artwork, other artwork I've gotten off Amazon. That I got, the game room sign I got off Amazon, the LED neon-looking sign. And then this I got from Hobby Lobby, the Star Wars. That also came from Hobby Lobby, as well as that. And then I showed you the picture of Catherine Mary Stewart and the Atari sign, and then the other two also came from Hobby Lobby. So a lot of stuff from Hobby Lobby. And I'm always on the lookout for something I think would fit. And I put LED strips on the back of all my arcades, and it's just the cheap $5 LED strip from Walmart. But yeah, that's a look at my arcade, and I hope you enjoyed it. So that was my arcade. I hope you enjoyed the video. I appreciate you watching, and if you like what you saw today, please just hit the like button and also consider subscribing to the channel. Your support is greatly appreciated. Have an awesome day, folks.